Hello, Oracles. Well, with the split coming up, I didn't think I was going to be wearing a red shirt today. However, it occurred to me that we have the Fed minutes coming out tomorrow. So with the Fed's minutes coming out tomorrow, we could see a little bit of uncertainty. We've seen it all year long. A little uncertainty going into the minutes. Not sure what we're going to get for information out of it. Chances are we're not going to get any surprises. We basically know everything the Fed had discussed. They have been pretty open about this. So it still leads to some uncertainty. People don't know. And then you have to remember that the Fed minutes are all lagging data. Like, this is stuff that they talked about a month ago. And truly, I think just part of it is a way for big money to manipulate us. And it is what it is, not a big deal. We saw a little bit red, down about 1% in Tesla today. So we hit off of that 944 mark. It seemed like we were gonna break through that 940. We broke over it, hit 944, and then fell really hard afterwards. So, this is one of those things where sometimes you hit these resistance levels over and over again and you just sell off very quickly. Now, part of it makes me wonder if this is a market manipulation type thing. Big money and market manipulators utilize people's emotions to swing the stock market up and down. So when you're looking at a specific stock in particular, like Tesla, there's a lot of fans that are behind Tesla, a lot of retail investors. And when it comes to retail investors, there's a lot of emotion that gets driven behind us. It's one of the things we talk about on here all the time, which is keeping your emotions in check. Big money is just trying to manipulate your emotions. So we knew that 940 was a strong resistance level today, and many people were anticipating us breaking that level and then running past that. So some people were sitting on the sidelines waiting to see if we broke that 940 level. Because when you're hitting the top of a resistance and you're getting right to that point, you don't really want to buy at that point. You want to buy when you break past that point. Because when you break past that point, you buy in at 941, 942, and then the stock runs up to 976. Some people who are swing trading with the stock are waiting for that moment to buy. They buy in, it runs up to 976, that next support level, and then they'll sell off. But big money, knowing this, will sit on the sidelines and they'll wait. And then they see, oh, all these people are buying in, we've broken that level. They take all of that money and then they sell off and dump. And now all of these people are sitting at that 944 level holding this bag. Now, for those of you who are long-term investors, this should not affect you whatsoever. But unfortunately, it does. Our emotions come into play. We wonder what's going on. We thought it was going to break. Is there an issue? Then we think, ooh, should I sell off? Should I wait? Are we going to fall further? All of these emotions and questions go through our head, and that is what is going to drive us to come down. And then people who don't have strong conviction will then paper hand. They sell off. Now the stock price comes down even further. Now we hit that 915 level and people are wondering, oh my gosh, are we going to fall further? And then more people sell off. This is how the market gets manipulated by big money. Big money knows exactly what they're doing. Their emotions are not in this. They are just playing a game. They're like a bully, just trying to get a reaction out of us. That's exactly what they're doing. We need to make sure that we hold our convictions and not let that bully make us react in any way, one way or the other. And the bullies go on the other end of the thing too. They're at the other end of the spectrum with that carrot in front of us saying, ooh, look at this carrot. We've hit 944. You want to buy some more of this? And then you go out and then you go try to buy more at that 944 level, and that's when they drop the bottom out. This is just how the market manipulation works. And looking at how we have the Fed minutes coming up tomorrow, that could have been some of it. We didn't fully trade with the NASDAQ today. We did kind of trade a little bit, but there were moments where the NASDAQ was outperforming us. We did underperform today. So I'm kind of anticipating that when we get the Fed minutes coming in tomorrow, we are going to probably see the little bit of a breakout. This uncertainty is kind of holding us back. So I think we're going to see that 940 level resistance break after the Fed minutes come out. Again, I don't know what the future is going to hold. We may fall down further. Maybe we fill that 900 gap tomorrow. I thought perhaps when we had that pullback after 944, I thought maybe we were going to fill that 900 gap. We pulled down to 908 as a low. Wasn't sure. We did not end up filling that gap. Not a big deal. It's still sitting there. Maybe we fill it ahead of the minutes tomorrow. Maybe not. It's just something to pay attention to. Either way, I do think by the end of the week, going into the split, we are going to break that 940 resistance. And again, for long-term investors, none of this should really matter to any of you at all, because I mentioned to many of you in the comments, and I say it on here regularly, when you're a long-term investor and you're concerned about the daily stock movements, you need to take your emotions out and just look at it as an educational tool. That is all. learn the fluctuations and the lifeblood and the pulse of the stock. Because if you're a long-term investor, ask yourself, how long do you plan on holding the stock for? For me, it is a minimum of 10 years. In 10 years, I see the stock price being $13,000 pre-split. So if we are looking at a $13,000 pre-split stock price in 10 years, buying at this price now, whether it's $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200, it does not matter because the return I'm going to get on that investment is a very strong return in my opinion. So I don't mind what price I'm buying at, which is why I dollar cost average on a daily basis. For me, it is about accumulating as many shares as I possibly can, which is why when I pay attention to these lower gaps, I'm saving that money because the lower the price is, the more stock I can purchase at that dollar amount with the money I have available. So I can't go out there and be like, I just want to buy 100 shares today. I don't have that kind of money. I need to set myself aside and say, all right, well, if the stock price comes down to 750 or we fill that 742 gap, I can buy significantly more shares at that price than I can now at this 920 level. That's the way I see it. But again, I don't know we're going to pull down to that level. That's why I dollar cost average. And that's also why I keep 10% cash on the sidelines in case we do pull down so I can put more in to accumulate more now. But again, that's also why I discuss cash flow generation regularly on here, because when you've got cash flow generation coming in, that just means you can buy more regularly. I have increased my dollar cost average over the course of the year because I have increased my cash flow generation. That to me is the most important thing, because the more money you have coming in, the more money you can invest regularly. And now switching gears over to the split, I know many people have been asking the question, what happens if I buy shares between August 18th and August 24th? Because the terminology that they use is, as of the record date of August 17th, those shareholders will have their shares split. There is confirmation. Gary Black went back to the split from 2020 just to bring up the wording that they used there and said that any of the shares that were purchased after the record date did not matter, they still ended up getting split. You still got those 4 extra shares. Same is going to hold true for this time around. Between August 18th and August 24th, any shares that you purchase are still going to be split. It is more of a back-end accounting detail piece of this. Some shares in some situations may be delayed by about a week, so you'll get that split, but it'll be delayed by a week. I'm not exactly sure what situations that fall into, but I have no doubt that 99% of you out there are going to have all of your shares split on the 25th. When you wake up and you see the market open in the morning, you will see these shares split. That's how it's going to work. So regardless of whether you buy on the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, doesn't matter. All of those shares will be split. And you've got to think about it. If you're going to be buying shares, the stock price usually runs up into a split. If you bought shares on the 23rd for $900, do you think they wouldn't split? Like, what would happen with that share? Just think about it. Like, are you going to be sitting on one share for $900 when everybody else's are going to split? Makes no sense. That's not how it's going to work. People just wouldn't be buying shares during that time frame. So yes, all of your shares purchased between the 18th and the 24th will split. The last thing I wanted to talk about today is FSD. We've been getting a lot more FSD FUD. We've had the Dan O'Dowd videos. We did have Holmar's catalog. Omar went out there and he did the testing, on the children, did not have any issues. If you guys have not seen his video, definitely check it out. So, testing it is good. No issues with the children at all in his tests. And then we did see that a BMW over in Germany had a massive crash, injuring severely 8 people and killing 1 person. So, Green Hills does provide the software for autonomy for BMW. Whether Green Hills software was used in this case, I do not know yet. If you guys know for sure, let me know in the comments. I have not seen any details on that yet. However, looking at the autonomy and the FUD that's getting spread out there, this is not good. Elon has said himself, they're not looking for perfection. Perfection is going to be impossible. Their purpose is to find progress and get that 99.99999% better than humans. That is their whole entire goal. They want to be better than human drivers. And people are, freaking out every time they hear an accident or anything with FSD, constantly trying to point the finger at FSD. Now they've got a probe that's going on right now to go into any FSD accidents that are going on. This is not a bad thing, in my opinion. This is actually a good thing. Tesla moves very quickly and reacts quickly to improve things. So anything that they find that is actually a legitimate concern will be addressed very quickly by Tesla, and in reality, will only make them better even faster. And then when it comes to regulations, this could actually speed up the regulation process because of all of these probes. Tesla can be like, look, we've been probed on all of this. We've had regulators and everybody coming in, really diving into our software, showing that this is all legitimate and this is all good and it's safer than human drivers, so regulation should come sooner. And so now that's my take on it. Who knows when it comes to regulations and the lobbying when it comes to legacy auto, what's going to happen there. But Tesla will at least have the factual data and really hard critics coming at them, probing in there to find out what is going on with any accidents, to prove that Tesla is truly not as dangerous as everybody is saying. And then of course I'm watching the news today and I hear about, drunk driving accidents, cars going the wrong way on a highway accidents. We've got, people who are distracted driver accidents happening all the time. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody blinks at it. They're like, oh, we need to figure out how to do this. Let's stop distracted drivers. We really need to crack down on drunk drivers. Well, we have a solution at the root of the problem. Just get rid of human drivers. Have a computer drive your vehicle. It is going to be significantly better in the long run. We have a solution. We don't need band-aids anymore. Yet people are out here and they're still freaking out, and then they don't bat an eye when it comes to human driver accidents. This needs to change. It will change over time, but it's frustrating that we're still in a position right now where we're fighting it and too many people are looking back and they're afraid of change. They're afraid of the future. They're afraid of having a computer drive them around because they just don't trust it. I get it. I understand it. There are some things I don't trust either. I don't like roller coasters because I don't trust them, even though I know full well they're perfectly safe in 99.9% of all the rides that they go on. But when I look at future generations, we have autonomy, we have fully autonomous vehicles in geo-fenced areas that will be the gateway to full autonomy on all of the roads. So they're out there, more people are going to do with it, they're going to get comfortable with it, they're going to talk about it with their friends, just like with Teslas. People drive a Tesla like, oh my God, did you see this Tesla? Do you know what it can do? People are going to come out of fully autonomous cars and are like, dude, it was awesome. I got driven from one place to another. Nobody was driving it. There was no steering wheel. This is so cool. And then more people are going to do it. And the wave will come. It's going to take some time. There's some people who just won't get into it. They will never trust it. But over time, the younger generations, that will just be the norm to them. Like kids these days who play on phones and computers, think about the older generations. They rely on the younger generations to do the computer stuff for them. It's going to be the same thing in the future when it comes to autonomy. That's going to be the norm for them in the future. They're going to be natural. They're going to be like, come on, Grandpa, just get in the car with me. It's going to be fine. We're all right. Don't worry about it. They're going to go, and Grandpa is going to go in. He's going to enjoy the ride, and he's going to be like, oh my gosh, that was wild. I never thought I would ever have that happen to me. So that's just how the transition is going to go. We're going to get through this, but in the meantime, it's going to be painful. And we just need to do our best from the Tesla community to go out there and reassure people, look, these are good things. It's a good progress that we're going. We need to stop the FUD and just spread the truth. The truth is we are working on it. It is not fully autonomous yet. We are working in that direction. This is what the future is going to be. The future is going to be safer for everyone. You will have a lot less accidents on the road. You're going to have a lot less loved ones getting killed in accidents when we do go to full autonomy. We just need the support behind it and people to not be as afraid and spread the FUD. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How did you feel today when we broke that 940 resistance and then fell back? How did your emotions go through this? It's something that we've kind of done here on this channel regularly, is just, reacting to emotions and understanding them. And it's a very important thing to do for yourself, is understanding your own emotions when the stock price moves like this. So let me know in the comments below, how did you react? Were you not even fazed by it? And let me know what you guys feel about FSD and all these probes and things that are going on. Is it something that you guys on your end have been combating also? Maybe you've heard from people talking to you about it and you've had discussions. So let me know what discussions you've had with others in trying to combat this FUD. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat, that link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon, that link is also in the description. Thank you so much, have a great one.